My show has been suspended indefinitely. I've devoted 22 and a half years to this program, and I want to say thank you to all the viewers. It's because of you watching the show, supporting me and my team, that the show had the chance to run for so many years. I've tried to do the show well just so everyone could laugh sometimes and think a little sometimes. That trust and companionship are the most precious things I have.
Being taken off the air is just a professional setback to me.
I've always believed that part of a talk show host's job is to express opinions. Sometimes that means taking risks, but taking risks doesn't mean ignoring the consequences they may bring.
Let's start right here. This is all about money. It's billionaires waving dollar bills in front of Donald Trump, and Trump demanding in return that they cut whatever threatens him or challenges him. And from Paramount to NBC, that's what's happening.
We will absolutely target you.
Now, this video was made for the Really American YouTube channel. I hope you like it because we too could be shut down. We'll get to that in a second. But here's what you need to know about Jimmy Kimmel and Trump's attack on free speech.
While our side of the aisle certainly has its crazies, it is a statistical fact that most of the lunatics in American politics today are proud members of the far left.
Right. And by statistical fact, he means complete bullshit is what he means. In fact, so much so that the Department of Justice just removed a study that showed white supremacy and violence from far-right groups is the greatest source of domestic terror and extremist violence in the United States.
First, ABC isn't violating Kimmel's free speech by firing him. I mean, that's their ultimate decision. They can hire and fire anyone they want. But the FCC threatened the ABC network and affiliates into submission. Trump is threatening their financial well-being.
We're going to preempt. We're not going to run Kimmel anymore until you straighten this out.
And the networks are going along, not because they care about Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert. They care about money. If they cared about quality, would they have made The Golden Bachelor? But this threat is most assuredly a crime, however, and a First Amendment violation. But will the Trump-appointed judges agree? Can Trump successfully infringe on the founders' intent in the First Amendment? So far, Trump has been successful because the victims in this case, the networks, well, they're getting rich off Trump. Go into any of those boardrooms of ABC, NBC, and CBS. You're not going to find Jefferson or Madison. You will, however, find a collection of soulless carnival barkers and snake oil salesmen. Trump got Colbert fired and even admits to interfering with Colbert's First Amendment rights. Sure, it was an end around by threatening to hold up billionaires' mergers if they didn't fire Colbert, but the intent was clear because Man-Titties said it out loud. And today, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend says he wants all of the late-night hosts gone.
Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth two total losers on fake news NBC. The ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC. President DJT.
So here's the truth. Our videos on YouTube reach anywhere from the hundreds of thousands to the millions, and add others like our friends Midas Touch and Brian Tyler Cohen, and you're talking in the hundreds of millions. So we can compete with the late night shows and even outperform them. But as you might know, Google is YouTube's parent company, and Trump has already threatened them once.
Google has to be careful. Google has been very bad. They've been very irresponsible. And I have a feeling that Google is going to be close to shutdown.
Now, it's one thing going after the networks. They're dinosaurs, slowly imploding from their own hubris. But we've already seen Trump play with the future of TikTok in the U.S., and you know he positioned himself to profit on whatever decision is made. But are Google and YouTube too big to fail? I don't know. My answer to any of these questions is always, who's going to stop him? The courts? That seems less likely every day. I mean, with Trump positioning the military in every major American city, if he arrested the 3 liberal justices or just shut down SCOTUS, who would stop him? But there is hope, and it comes from the past.
Very gratified, and we thank you, all of you, for the support in the press that we've had. I was up in Toronto last night at the invitation of the CTV network for 2 reasons. One, to show the show and get the reaction of the people there, because the show in question was considered by CBS to be in bad taste in general, and in particular the David Steinberg sermonette. We also had an offer from the Canadian television people to come up and produce our show if we couldn't find a place here in our United States.
Remember the Smothers Brothers? Well, they were canceled by CBS in 1969 over the show's political and anti-war jokes. And the Smothers Brothers were replaced by a TV show more favorable to the Nixon administration. It was Nashville's hee-haw TV show Friends, which might have been the earliest collection of MAGA ever recorded.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I seen the candidate give this feller here $5 just before he went into the booth to vote.
Well, it's against the law to say you vote in my county, son.
Well, just a minute, Your Honor. I voted for that man because I like him.
But the officer here said that he paid you $5.
Sure he did. That's the reason I like him.
But that cancellation ultimately led to a closer examination by the press of Nixon after Watergate and ultimately led to his resignation. And while the networks are caving into Trump, and they are caving in, the question is this: is the internet too big for Trump to intimidate? Could he shut it down? Well, the answer is not good.
I'm gonna bomb the shit out of them.
So the only real option a hypothetical President Trump would have of turning off the internet would be, well, here in America. And you know what? He could if he wanted to. It would be huge.
It's terrible.
In 2006, the Department of Homeland Security created SOP 303. Standard Operating Procedure 303 gives the federal government the authority to turn off the internet in the case of a national emergency. This has been deemed by many as the internet kill switch. Many are concerned about the unchecked power this gives the government in controlling our access to the internet. It also completely infringes on our First Amendment rights.
Oh, freedom of speech, freedom of speech.
In 2012, the Electronic Privacy Information Center submitted a Freedom of Information Act request asking the Department of Homeland Security to fully disclose the text of SOP 303. To this day, they are still fighting for the disclosure in the Supreme Court. The internet has only been shut off by the government once since the SOP was drafted in 2006. In 2011, a homeless man was killed by a Bay Area rapid transit officer for wielding a knife. The murder sparked numerous protests in BART stations. A month later, officials turned off cellular networks within BART's platforms for 3 hours to deter any more disruptive activity. Protesters called foul and even alluded to the Arab Spring protests in Egypt with the hashtag #Mubartek. So Trump's words might seem ridiculous, but they're not that far-fetched. Although, now that I think about it, I doubt Trump would want to interrupt his constant media coverage by turning off our internet.
Okay, that was depressing, but something you needed to hear. So here's how we win this battle against the dictator and the spineless networks. If Trump takes over the networks and can shut down the internet, we all lose. But who loses the most? You get it? It's the tech bros and the networks who are currently gobbling Trump's 3 inches.
Your leadership is truly beyond anything we have ever had in this country. And you do not have a small penis.
Ah, thanks, gang.
Again, it's all about money. While Trump is making them money now, if he fully realizes his dictator dreams, they'll lose trillions. And that's how we win. Let's start with network TV. Fuck network TV. Let all the advertisers know we're watching their shows on YouTube. We can watch it all on YouTube. And if you're contacted by a company that wants you to install a ratings device, get it and turn on public TV and then watch The Golden Bachelor on YouTube. Actually, fuck The Golden Bachelor. Watch Jimmy.
Meanwhile, many in MAGA land are working very hard to capitalize on the murder of Charlie Kirk.
It's all about money. Say it with me. If you really want to fuck Trump and these billionaires, turn off your TV and watch us.
Smart people don't like me.
Goddamn right.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list.
It's sitting on my desk.
Do you have no shame?
Are you not entertained?
Who you talking to?
I could be a stupid person.
Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You're a nasty person.
It's not fair.
I couldn't care less.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.